Shalom, my name is Yoshua Yaakov Ben Avraham. This video is addressed to the people of Israel, Klal Yisrael, more specifically, because that includes the diaspora. Tomorrow we receive here in Israel the President, George Bush from America. The land we call here Sota Brit, the land of the Brit. And we're all very anxious and looking forward to his visit, which is nice. The context of this video is to announce the trilogy Humanomics. And why now? Because George Bush will come here and really, the truth be known, he most probably, as always, will have very little to say that's informative or significant. This video will, in fact, has something very significant to say. Of course, that's my opinion, and you'll judge for yourself. Specifically, I'm writing a trilogy by the name of Humanomics. And what is Humanomics? It's comprised of two paradigms. One is receive to give, and the other is the integration of labor. The first is the cognitive science first principle, and the second is the new economic paradigm. And you combine the two, and Humanomics provides the East-West convergence model that replaces, and what comes after the collapse of the local reality that is now spreading globally. What is that local reality? Giving to receive that collapsed. Receiving to give is the central organizing principle of Humanomics that replaces it, and the particular collapse of the local reality in terms of its meaning in Israel is the collapse of Zionism. These are things that are not well understood here yet, and certainly not by the American president. These are things that speak volumes of what is important in our times, and so even though we will all clamor to hear and hang on George Bush's every word, we know in the world in which we live, the media devotes 99% of its time to noise, and the signal slips between the cracks. Sorry to be so critical of the media. More specifically, what we need to know is that the local reality has collapsed also in America. And it began, in the first place in the world that it collapsed was in the Soviet Union and Russia on December 25th, 1991. And for those of you who don't recognize the date, first, it's Christmas, it's a Christian holiday. And second, it is the day of the collapse of the Soviet Union. It's subsequently the local reality of giving to receive, which is the old paradigm of exile, of men's exile, collapsed beginning on November 5th, 1995 in Israel. And the continuum of that was September the 11th, 2001, with the collapse of the World Trade Center and the grammars that expresses. The tsunami on December 26, 2004 extended it to a universal dialogic to all mankind, and the grammar of that is that man is not in his place, and that exile has ended, and redemption has begun in scientific terms. Many people don't want to hear it in customary religious terms, in terms of the Bible, the Torah. So in scientific terms, we'll use a model of physics. The local reality is collapsed, and the quantum reality is what follows. They can't exist simultaneously, and for Israel, we're in between. And why are we in between? Because we are denying the collapse of the local reality. I think that's enough. Welcome, George. Sorry to upstage you, Ehud. But we really have to, in Israel, lead from the front. And Humanomics is the solution to the collapse of the local reality for man and mankind. It's needed desperately in Israel, and we have to stop talking the talk and start walking the walk. Shalom and welcome to Israel, George. And we wish you blessings and success to you and your family. And I will post this video introducing Humanomics trilogy so that we can begin to anticipate the coming of a real signal content that will be consistent and sustained in the years ahead, because it's very much needed. Thank you again, and shalom.